Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is James William here as the first speaker of the opposition team. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that nowadays is so many cases about the police who abuse and misconduct or doing bad deeds to the citizens. And I think pushing for institutional reform will not solve our problem and just make the citizens more confused and makes the police are not have their credibility. So I totally disagree with this motion today that this house prefers the strategy of pushing for institutional reform to address police abuse and misconduct rather than defunding the police. And here I want to explain my argument in two aspects. First, the benefits defunding the police. Second, we still need the presence of the police. First, ladies and gentlemen, we know that police have so many big roles in our environment, even that a few police who do some bad deeds to the citizens and become racist and other bad deeds and etc. So if there is an option to choose where is the better things between institutional reform or defunding the police, I prefer to choose to defunding the police. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Because from the other side, which is the government team did not explain yet what is the police department gonna be. They are not explain us or give us example of the result from doing the institutional reform. Even that, two options whether the institutional reform or defunding police is to reduce the crime, right? And here I want to tell you that crimes have in many aspects, not just a crime who needs the prison of the police, such as in economy, politics, government, culture, and etc. But the purpose is same, which is to make the country better. That's why I choose to the defunding police. If we defunding the police, which is reduce the money and budget from the police and distribute it to other institutions who more need it, it's just like I said before, that's why the police become doing bad deeds. One of the reasons is the police, especially in United States, are fully armored, almost like the military do. They have a lot of equipment that should not they have to do just to do their function in the citizen environment, and that is what I said, unnecessary equipment. So if we use this defunding police, their budgets to buying this unnecessary stuff will reduce. And then, ladies and gentlemen, why the police are made? Of course, to reduce the crimes. And why crimes are still exist? Because the citizens cannot solve their own problems. Just like when the government said there's a lot of racism in the United States, maybe the police can just arrest them. But what is the point here? The bad school education will not teach the student to respect others. If we defunding police and distribute the money for the learning programs and make it better and change their mindset to more appreciate others, maybe they will not gonna be happen what is called the Black Lives Matter movement. Another example, ladies and gentlemen, is if we distribute the money from defunding police to social services, healthcare, and etc., it will be more useful and effective to reduce the crime. Because when the police catch the suspect of crime, they just punish it but not solve their problem. So by this defunding police, it will more makes benefits than just the institutional reform. And if we defunding the police, we can also make them appreciate more their jobs and their works more hard than before, and not use their jobs to do what they want. And second, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that country is need the presence of the police, not just because there is a racism or etc. We can make institutional reform, and what I mentioned before, that you cannot explain to us what the police department gonna be if there is a institutional reform. Why I say here we still need the police in our daily life? Because you said in your argument that even the gangster or mafia can give a security to us, and that's totally not true. We still need the police to protect us without no compensation. If you are make a deals with gangsters, cartels, or mafia, they will ask you for pay, just like money, woman, or the worst is your family members to be their gangs. And it's worse, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why institutional reform are very bad idea and cannot solve this problem. And back again to the defunding the police, who can make so many sectors in the United States more better, so that there is no more racism and etc. Because if a trees grow up with so many branches, it will difficult to cut them one by one. But how can we pull out the root from the soil? So are these cases, we cannot just act reckless and doing something you say radical without a good consideration from all aspects in life. If you use the institutional reform, you will just like cut one of the branch, aka not solve the problem, not solve the real problem. And if we choose to defunding police and distribute it to the other institutionals who are needed, it will just like be pull out of the root, aka we cut off the problems itself. And what I got it here is, don't reckless to choose the important things, because it's really important things to have to our consideration. So that I totally disagree with this motion today, that this house prefers the strategy of pushing for institutional reform to address police abuse and misconduct rather than defunding the police. Thank you very much.